Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Panasonic, and thank you so much for being here today. Panasonic is thrilled to partner with the City of Newark, the Newark Police Department, and the Department of Public Safety on this very important initiative to further improve the quality of life and safety of our city. We'll now hear from Mayor Baraka on his plan for this vision.
Good afternoon. Just like to thank Director Ambrose, Public Safety Director, for helping facilitate this and making sure that we moved forward with this program, not only because it's necessary for the city and for our officers, for their safety, for citizen safety, for constitutional policing, but it's also in alignment with the consent decree and the federal monitor, and it allows us to fulfill some of the requirements as stated in the consent decree. Also like to thank Panasonic, who has had a growing relationship with the City of Newark that's getting better and better by the day. Their support of many things that we're doing has been very welcoming and exciting for us in the City of Newark. The opportunity to help us get 80 body-worn cameras and 15 dashboard cameras will increase transparency by allowing interactions between police and citizens to be recorded. The program was made possible through a donation of cameras from the international electronics giant, which is Panasonic. Right? We are incredibly excited about this here in Newark, and we believe that it will help us improve the level of policing and the quality of policing that we do in the city every single day, while at the same time making our residents feel more secure and more safe around the constitutionality of their stops. So with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for their participation in this. Again, thanking Panasonic and the Public Safety Director, Ambrose. Any questions? Yes.
How will you determine where the cameras will be distributed and who will get the camera?
Okay, so I'll let the Public Safety Director handle that when he get up here. As a matter of fact, why don't you come up here now?
Good afternoon, all. First, let me thank the mayor for his support and the council for their support, but mainly the executive staff at Panasonic, a hometown partner, someone that we work with each and every day, and I want to personally thank them for their help that they have shown us in the Public Safety Department. First, I'd like to say today's about 3 T's. Today's about trust, transparency, and the truth. And I think that's important, because when you read about constitutional policing with the consent decree, it's about public trust, it's about transparency, and it's about the truth. Whenever you have 2 people or more, there's always 3 sides of a story. And I think these cameras will help advance public safety, advance the police department, and also put some trust into our good citizens in the city of Newark. Starting Monday, with the assistance of Panasonic, we will kick off a pilot program where there will be 15 dash cameras and 15 police cars, and 65 police officers' cameras will be given to officers around the clock. We will start in the south ward of the city, the south side of the city. Police officers are here, standing in front of me. They have the camera on, what they would look like. There is also a projection that you can view. These officers will be ready to go out there Monday morning at 8 o'clock, and the Newark Police Division will be brought up to the 21st century policing. I think that this is a long time coming. I have to say that our citizen complaints in the last year have decreased. However, we have a long ways to go. As the mayor, echoing what the mayor said, I think that this falls directly in line with the consent decree what Department of Justice found when they did their investigation with the Newark Police Department. So I'm excited. Anything that we can build trust and partnerships with the community for the officers' safety, and more importantly for transparency, I think it's important. So we're in a win-win situation, and I think the benefactors will be the police officers and the residents of Newark.
Mr. Schumer, what will guide these cameras being on and off, when they're turned on and when they're turned off?
Okay, We go by an Attorney General guideline right now. So when the police officers, uniformed police officers, when we talk about a pilot program, they'll be all uniformed police officers. Their cameras are on. There is a procedure when they come out. They have to put their camera on. When they're done, they shut it off. They will have them on when they go into residents, businesses. If there's something with the child or something that shouldn't be shown, it's called tagging. We have to tag it, and we cannot release it to anyone. And we have to get authorization from the prosecutor's office on something like that.
How many officers, so how will you decide which officers get the cameras?
Well, starting Monday, all 5th Precinct, which is the south ward of the city, will be wearing body-worn cameras and dash mount cameras.
Why did you decide to start there?
With our technology department and for the logistics, it would be the best place to start, that we can get up and running, and then expand it to the other 4 precincts, 4 wards of the city.
What are you looking for in this pilot program, and what's the process for going forward to equip other officers in the other precincts with cameras?
Okay, as you know, the city of Newark was giving a Department of Justice grant, about $370,000 matching grant. So we have $750,000 that's going to be applicable to purchase body-worn cameras. We have to continue with our infrastructure for our, the cameras are actually the cheapest. It's the infrastructure and the retaining the historical data, which actually costs and we have to build. So that's important. So once we start, it's the pilot program in the 5th Precinct in the South Ward. I intend, as the money becomes available, to start up on the other wards and just move right across the city. I have been in touch with the federal monitor, Peter Harvey. We apprised him of where we're starting, what we're doing. They also had a look at our temporary pilot program memorandum, and they approved it. So I don't see any pitfalls that we'll be having to expand it.
In other departments across the country, in the middle of some of these incidents, officers have turned, or the cameras, not officers, but the cameras have suddenly and inexplicably gone off. What will the department do in cases like this if there are repeated cases like that?
Well, if it's negligence on the police officers, we will deal with that harshly through our professional standards. Also, in the state of New Jersey, if an officer intentionally shuts off any type of dash cam or body-worn camera, there is a criminal, under the criminal code, 2C code, there is a charge. So we will refer it to the Essex County Prosecutor's Office.
Have you finalized policies on retention of data, how and where it's, and for how long, and so forth? Is that finalized yet or not?
Yes, that's for this pilot program. It is finalized. It's 90 days for retention of body-worn camera data. I think he's hit me all up. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mayor Baraka, Director Ambrose, and distinguished guests, I want to welcome all of you to this event on behalf of the entire Panasonic Corporation. We are very excited to have you here. It's an amazing opportunity in my point of view because this takes the relationship between the City of Newark and the Panasonic Corporation to a much higher level. As some of you may be aware, we moved to the city in 2013, and since then we've been involved in numerous community development efforts, engaging with the city on public safety initiatives and helping them make the city more secure for people to work and live in. I believe is a testament to Panasonic's commitment to the city, and ties with Panasonic's commitment as a corporate citizen in terms of its contribution to the society and the contribution of the communities that we're part of. So we're thrilled. This is just the beginning. We expect to take this initiative to a much higher level, and we'll continue to have discussions with Director Ambrose and his team. Again, thank you very much. And what I'd like to do next is introduce John Kwisick, our product manager. He can share with you a little more details on the actual technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Faisal, and thank you, Mayor Brock and Director Ambrose. If you officers I'm actually going to do a real quick slide presentation, high level, 5 slides. I'll start flipping through them. Can everybody see that all right? So I am the product category manager for evidence capture, mobile evidence capture. Our history in this is we started about 2005 with our in-vehicle recording system. It's called the Arbitrator 360, and we've been doing this a long time, dealing with evidence capture and management of that data. Some of our feature set of our in-car system, full HD, 1080p quality video, 360-degree recording, viewing. We can do cameras forward, back, sides, all around the car. Low light viewing, 512 gigabytes of storage online or on the system, and a built-in wireless microphone that the officers carry on their body. The history of our body-worn evolution, we actually started in about 2010, long before a lot of the events took place today. And our Mark I version, our Mark II version, and now we're into our Mark III version. And the evolution of this product has really been about feedback from the street, from the officers, what works, what doesn't. So today in our Mark III version, battery life has obviously been the challenge for body-worn cameras. We've got to get through 12-hour shifts, so we do that in this model. Durability, reliability. Someone asked a question about, cameras fail. We've architected this product to be submersible, to be dropped, 30 times from 6 feet in the air. And really, in the 810G standard, the IP67 ratings are really about what's real in a cop's day-to-day activity, in the rain, in the cold, in the heat, being dropped, being kicked around. So we built a really durable product so that it works every time. It's compatible with our Unified Evidence Management System. I'll talk about that in a minute. The resolution adjustability can go all the way from 1080p to 720p and down to 360p resolution. That's just a matter of the quality of video and the storage and how much it takes. We also have the ability to trigger wirelessly, so when an officer initiates a light bar, for instance, in their car, we can communicate wirelessly to the body-worn and also trigger the body-worn, or vice versa, body-worn triggers the car. And the concept here is simply that we don't want officers having to fumble with technology. We want this to be automated, so there is no forgetting to record or I didn't know it didn't record. We want it to be as automated as possible. We have built-in GPS, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth for those connectivity and for location information about the camera itself and the officer. So what brings it all together? Our back-end platform, we call it Unified Evidence Management Software. And what you see on the screen is just a brief description of how we manage our in-car, our body-worn, our fixed surveillance, and our documents. It's all managed under one software platform. And as Director Ambrose pointed out, the storage of the video is really the challenge. It's the data, the amount of data, and how you manage it all. So we've created a unified system where all the video sources are brought into one location and managed that way. So that's a high overview. We're going to take some time at the end of this, from my perspective, technically, if you have more questions about it. This component over here is the in-vehicle recording system. This is the front main camera. This is the recording. This is what inside of a squad car would look like, typically between the two front seats. This system right here, center console. This recorder system is where all the video is recorded to, transmitted from. This main camera, along with cameras like this, allow us to record forward, sides, and out the back of the car, and in the back seat of the car. So when we talk about 360-degree view, that's what this product is doing. So over here, on this side, is the body-worn camera, and lying in what we call our 8-bay docking system. So at the end of the shift, when it's time to move the video from the car or from the body-worn camera and get it to the server, there's a few different ways we can do this. In this system, we just drop it in, and the video is moved to the server from the camera. The video is all encrypted, so it's not open MPEG format. It can't be put out on YouTube or viewed on YouTube. It's locked down, and it's treated as evidence. So this whole back-end management system is really an evidence vault. It's treated no differently than a weapon put into evidence or any other evidentiary piece of articles that go into evidence. Everything here is logged. so that we know exactly when the video was offloaded, when it was looked at, if comments were added. There's an entire audit trail going on. So it's not just storing data, it's actually, you know, we're locking it down, we're tracking that from an evidentiary perspective. The ability for these two to talk to one another, it's a key component in triggering. Again, we don't want officers to have to think about starting two devices. It should be automatic. We trigger this in one of 16 different ways. We have many different ways. We can trigger it through vehicle speed, through light bar activation, through doors opening, many, many different ways. Once this triggers, we can tell that to trigger also. Once that triggers, we can tell this to trigger. So we can cross-trigger recordings.